Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing the Warzone 6 spawn. This spawn can be found in the northeastern part of the Gnome Deep Hub. To get to the spawn, I'll be starting at Edron Depot and using the Gnomish Crystal teleport system. You will require a teleport crystal to use these teleporters. Once you get to Khazard-dûn, you will go to the south to reach the Gnome Deep Hub. You can speak to any of the main NPCs in this area and say status to determine how many points you have for the Warzone. You'll have to ask using the Scouts keyword, which are the tasks for the NPC Lardok Bashmite, to determine how many points you have for this Warzone. It will require 15 points to enter the Warzone. If you have the maximum rank in the Bigfoot's Burden quest, it will cost 10 points instead. These points can be accumulated by doing tasks for Lardok Bashmite or by handing in suspicious devices. Each suspicious device is worth 1 point. Once you have enough points, you can enter the energy wall and break one of the lava pumps. There are 3 that are found in this area. Once you break the lava pump, you can leave this area and jump in the portal to the north. You will now have access to Warzone 6 for 8 hours. In Warzone 6, you'll find mostly Diremaws and deep worms. There are a few humongous fungus to be aware of, as well as some moles, which won't be an issue. This is the most popular of the Deep Hub Warzones, as it is the most profitable. You should be able to start hunting this spawn as early as level 300, but it will improve as you get a few more levels. As you reach level 350 to 400, it'll make it a lot more comfortable to box here. There's a lot of room to run the creatures here, so you can get them weakened before you begin your box. You'll have to be careful in the few areas where you will find humongous fungus though, as they can make you drunk and could possibly cause you to get trapped if you aren't prepared. It is possible to hunt this spawn with mana potions only, but I prefer great spirit potions to make boxing easier. When hunting here, I used 1 powerful crit, 2 powerful life leech, 2 powerful mana leech, and an intricate magic level imbue, which I always have on my coif. Also, I had powerful snake skin, which is the earth protection imbue on my armor. The powerful snake skin isn't required, especially if you're doing more running than boxing, but I would highly recommend it. Even with this imbue and the sleep shawl, I was consistently taking almost 40% earth damage. Diremaws take an additional 20% damage from ice, while deep worms take 20% additional damage from fire. During this hunt, you'll be killing many more Diremaws though, so I recommend just avalanches. There are a variety of routes you can take in the spawn, and it is very large. Originally, I was lapping the whole area, but I was able to increase my experience and loot per hour by just doing the small loop in the middle and bottom right side of the map. I did several hunts here, with and without charms, but for the recording you're seeing, I did have low blow on. Also, the numbers I will be approximating for experience and loot will be based on this charm. You may also want to run dodge on Diremaws though, to make your hunts more relaxed and safer, as you'll be taking the most damage from them by far. While hunting here, I was making 3 to 3.2 million experience per hour on 150% and between 600k and 800k profit, not counting the cost of imbues. The final screenshot has higher experience because I did have experience prey on for part of the hunt. Your profit can also fluctuate quite a bit depending on how lucky you are with suspicious devices and cost of them on your server. I was typically looting 10 to 15 suspicious devices per hour, and they were worth 17k on my server at the time of recording. Based off the input analyzer, the max DPS I received was 2040. This value was pretty consistent between my hunts, with the max DPS hovering around 2000. When hunting here, I was taking 70 to 80% damage from Diremaws, around 15 to 20% from deep worms, and about 5% from humongous fungus. Typically, I was receiving 60% physical damage and 40% earth damage, and these values were quite consistent. As I mentioned, powerful snakeskin is not required, but will make a pretty big difference, especially at low levels. I would also recommend wearing a sleep shawl at all times, as this is the perfect spawn for it. This spawn becomes a lot more deadly without it. Other than that, you can also benefit from the earth protection on Living Vine Bow and Lion's Fang and Helm if you have them. The cost to access this spawn makes it not a great area if you only have time for a quick 1 hour hunt. Though the profit will still cover the cost of the entrance, this becomes a better spawn when you're able to hunt for a longer duration or return multiple times in the same 8 hour period, as you only have to pay the entrance fee once. Also, it's important to know that you can still enter the Warzone before the 8 hours is up, but you will not be kicked if you're already inside. This means you can enter the spawn 7 hours and 59 minutes after you first entered the portal and still do a full hunt. You can even log out within the spawn and come back more than 8 hours later and still be able to do your hunt without having to pay for access again unless you leave the spawn. This can be a good spawn for hunting task completions. I was killing around 600 to 650 Diremaws and 250 to 300 deep worms per hour. Deep worms would be a little slower to complete, but you'll be able to complete an 800 kill task of Diremaws in just over an hour. There are a total of 165 charm points if you do unlock all of the creatures. The main creatures you'll make progress on is Diremaws and Deepworms. You'll most likely make most of your progress on Humongous Fungus doing Warzone 1, but if you hunt here often, you'll slowly accumulate kills to finish them off. Also, Warzone 4 and Warzone 6 are the only places you'll find Mole. Though you'll finish them faster in Warzone 4, this is a better spawn overall if you take profit and experience into consideration. Based on mod rates at this spawn, it would take just over 4 hours to complete Diremaw, 10 hours to complete Deepworm, 50 hours to complete Humongous Fungus, and 25 hours to complete Mole. Hopefully this video can help you with your route and show off the spawn if you haven't tried it out yet. If you have any questions, or if you try the spawn out for yourself, let me know in the comments. It will be helpful to see how different vocations and level ranges are able to handle it. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below as it will help me out. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.